Hi folks, and welcome to my video about the creation of a full-size modular building based on Lego 80113 Family Reunion Celebration Kit, a Chinese themed restaurant, which when I first saw photographs of this a few weeks ago I thought, yeah, that would look nice in the street, I'd like one of those. And then I looked at the back of the kit and I realised that this was basically a play set. So it's half a building, and that's fair enough. People want to pose Lego figures easily inside the building and, you know, have a bit of fun. There's no harm in that. But basically it's not what I was looking for. What I was looking for was a complete Lego modular building, in this case of a Chinese restaurant. So the question was, how could I do this? Now, I have built a few alternate builds in the past where basically I've downloaded instructions from sites like Rebrickable and repurposed an existing kit. But as this model in January 24, the publication of this video, has only come out this month, I think there might be a short wait before any Rebrickable projects appear. So I said to myself, why not buy two kits and have a go at doing it yourself? You know, how hard could it be? Yeah, okay, so let's have a look at what I've made. So this is what we have. I'll just rotate it round to give you a better look. And as I hope you can see, this is now a complete building. This is a side view, so basically that's twice the depth of the original model. And we'll go around to the back and the opposite side. Now, what you may have picked up on is that basically this is a duplication. The front is repeated at the back, or does that mean that the back is now the front? Yeah, philosophical Lego questions. And that's quite deliberate on my part. It's easier to do, but also I quite like the idea of having a duplicated front so they can attract customers from either side, subject to the location, you know, lending itself to that idea. So there's basically the process I've employed here. I'll just give you an overview. And as you can perhaps see, the front and back are mirrored, and that's how I built this. I took the view that I would build the kit twice, which I did, and then allocated one of the two kits to be the front of the building as supplied by Lego, and the second kit I disassembled into smaller sections and then reverse them to create a mirror image of the original kit. And so when you join them together, basically you've got a mirror image front and back, with a few qualifications. Basically there are one or two little bits on this side I noticed here on the second floor, about there. On the original kit there's a plate that sticks out and has to be removed in order to join the two sides of the kit together. But other than that, it's not terribly difficult. It's more a case of persevering and having the patience to do it, I think. So let's have a look inside. And this is looking down on the first floor of the modified building. So you'll notice here we have the matching front entrances and reception areas. If you're familiar with the kit, you'll know that there is the option to put a removable backdrop behind the reception that's got a print on it. Now I thought I've chosen to leave those out, and instead I've used them on the outside of the building. If I just rotate this round, you'll see here. And I've used them to form a sort of advertisement or sign for the building. It's duplicated because there's two of them in two kits. So you've got a nice little advertisement for the business there. Okay, let's go back to the inside again. Now, the major change that you may have picked up on with this first floor is there's only one staircase. I saw little point in putting two staircases in a building of this size. So where the second staircase would have gone, we've installed a kitchen door and also a little cupboard. Now both the kitchen door and cupboard and the overhead arch of that kitchen door are not taken from either of the two sets. They're extra pieces which I had in my spares box. Again, if you don't have these, I don't think you could just have an open passageway into the kitchen and that would be fine. Looking at the kitchen, we've got an extra stove which I put in because we've got over twice the original space. And also I've taken a sink and taps from the second bathroom, which would have been upstairs, and used that to give the kitchen a sink, because a kitchen without a sink, what sort of kitchen is that? Right. And that's the basis then of the first floor. So let's go and have a look at floor 2. And here we have the second floor. Okay, so if you're familiar with the kit, you might spot one or two obvious changes. Now, the door into the bathroom, which was originally looking at the front of the building, front in quotes, was where I've boarded it up with those grey tiles. I'm not entirely sure I like those grey tiles. They're extra, they weren't included in the kit. And I may change that, but anyway, the door's boarded up because originally, as you can probably see, the door opened over the stairwell, and so anyone using that bathroom was putting themselves at serious risk of falling down the stairs, to say nothing of hitting the door in the face of somebody coming up the stairs. Again, I'm not obsessed with health and safety, but I thought that was perhaps a bit too far. So as the bathroom is now doubled in size, I put the second doorway that came with the kit to the immediate right of the boarded up area, and we now have a larger bathroom, which is relatively safe to access and exit, I think. You may be wondering, why can't I see inside that bathroom through the roof? And I'm afraid there is a problem. The nature of the design of the roof's fireworks section here is such that it's not really practical to easily remove it to show you the interior of the bathroom. So, you know, there's something to be aware of. I've also made it more solid, this roof as it were, by including full width steps, whereas the original had a gap. Again, just to finish the model off, but obviously it makes it even harder to remove the roof, but I take the view that roof ain't coming off anytime soon. So that's what you've got, folks, I'm afraid. Other major change on this floor is the inclusion of a stair. This is the spare stairway from the first floor. Now, in the original set, quite understandably given the restriction of space, there were no stairs to get to the roof dining area. It's done magically, I guess. So I put the staircase in there, and the other thing I've added to this floor is a little table. This is the table from the second kit that would have been on the roof garden, and I've added that to the big table, obviously to fill the space and make it more convincing as a viable Chinese restaurant business, I think. So that's the second floor. Let's move on now to the garden roof. And here we are on the roof. So apart from the obvious difference that it's twice the size of the original, possibly the most notable thing is that we now have a means of entering the roof and exiting it with this this trapdoor type mechanism here. And I have added from my spare kit a rail to the side to stop people from readily falling down that big hole. Okay, and on the roof itself, I've added the big table from the second floor of the second kit onto the roof, as we now have the space to indulge. And so we've got, as with the second floor, we've got a big table and a small table. And it's pretty busy up there. You might also be aware or notice that as I have two sets of lanterns through the roof, rather than one set running down the middle or the back of the original kit, I put a set of lanterns either side, which I think looks more engaging. And the aforementioned fireworks area, if I just rotate this round, you can see the steps leading down to that. And I'm pleased with the overall image of this. I think it works as a modular building. I'll just give you a quick twirl, as it were. There we go. Now, a couple of things I'll mention. Again, I've fitted this onto baseboards because I intend to mount this into my Lego street. Baseboards don't come with the original kits, but obviously that's something you could do yourself quite easily. In terms of additional improvements, well, you may want to do away with the double front, and so it wouldn't be too difficult to board up the doors at one side, and with something that matches in with the general theme. If you want to make that the back of the building, equally you could put both of these stalls together, and I guess you could even do something with the two flower stalls either side of the building if you wanted to combine them. That would require something of a significant redesign, but again, it's viable, and it's really what floats your boat. I mean, I rather like this, as I say, this duplication of the front to give it two entrances, but your mileage may well vary. But overall, I'm really pleased with it, and it's the first time, as I say, I've attempted to do something, well, this ambitious with Lego, and I have to say it's been really quite rewarding, and I want to do more. I guess it's finding a suitable kit to do it with. Yeah, I think this has given me an appetite to explore this side of Lego more in the future. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and apologies for my in our presentation in places. For what it's worth, imposter syndrome is strong with this commentator. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.